Welcome to the tutorials. Today we're going to be talking about CSS borders. So let's get started. For the demonstration, I have this image of the French Louvre Museum, and in CSS we're going to start with border width. Border width accepts either named values like thin, thick, or medium, medium being the default, or we can provide 1 to 4 lengths, like let's say 10 pixels. This 10 pixels right here is going to be for the top, bottom, right and left. We can also provide another value, let's say 15 pixels. Now 10 pixels is going to be for the top and bottom. 15 pixels is going to be for the right and left. Let's add one for the bottom, let's say 10 pixels. And let's have another one for the left, 15 pixels. Now let's check the browser. And it did nothing. Now let's move on to border color. So border color. Let's say blue. And finally we have border style. So border style. Border style is the only border property that's needed to have a border. If you don't have border width or color, the browser will provide the default values. And for border style, we have many options. We're gonna use solid. Let's check browser. Here we have our solid blue border. We can also try, for example, we can have dotted, or we can have double. We can have double right here. We have two borders. There is many other options. Let's say groove. This will make the picture look like it's a 3D. And we have many more options. We can also use the shorthand, which is just border. We're allowed only to provide one value, so let's make it 10 pixels, blue, and solid. Let's check the browser. For CSS borders, we also have the option to set each side by itself. What that means is, let's get rid of this. And let's say we want to set the bottom border. So border bottom. Can set color. Let's make it red. Border bottom style. Let's make it solid. And border bottom width. Let's make it 15 pixels. Now, let's check the browser. We can also use the shorthand, which is just border bottom. $10 pixels, red, and solid. So since CSS borders, you can set each side the way you want. One last thing we're going to talk about is border radius, which is how we give our element rounded corners. The default is 0 pixels, which is a 90-degree angle. We can make it 30. Let's say 30. Let's check the browser. And that's how we get rounded corners. Now we can just get rounded corners for specific ones. Border bottom left radius, let's say. Let's give it 40 pixels. Let's check the browser. And here we only have one rounded corner. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time.